Guys, I am back again. So I just took this trade, as you can see on MEXC. Today's date, the 12th of November 2025, and the exact time the trade closed was 15:53. That's 3:53. Now on my screen you can see that the time is 4 o'clock, 4 p.m. right? So my name here is Sena Kofi. You are seeing it was a short 15x, the price, entry, and all that. So you can verify this trade through this code, just to show people that it was a real trade I took. Now let me just explain. So this is the trade, right? Let me just explain what happened and why I took this trade. So I think in the last video I posted, I said Bitcoin was now in an uptrend. Okay, so yesterday something very interesting happened. So from here, right, I saw that Bitcoin broke this level on the 15 minutes time frame, and I knew that Bitcoin was in an uptrend yesterday. So Bitcoin went up, got to this point, and then guess what? I thought the trend was about to continue, but when Bitcoin got to this point, it decided to come back down and break this low, and then it went back in a downtrend. I don't know what's happening to Bitcoin, but it looks like the bulls, I don't know whether the bulls are tired or whatever, but it's not looking good for the bulls at all. But then, you know, with the strategy I use, whether uptrend or downtrend, we are still going to trade, right? All we need is a trend. So once we identify a clear trend, we'll be able to trade. So I woke up today and I saw that after yesterday, right? Yesterday was very choppy. Okay, so you can see the candles. It ain't really, you didn't really get strong candles with momentum. They were all choppy. So yesterday I didn't take this trade, right? Even though Bitcoin was in a downtrend. So I woke up today and I saw that Bitcoin was sort of retracing, and I knew that it was going to retrace to this point, right? Why? Because you see, if this is a downtrend, okay, and you take this whole thing as a downtrend, right? You know the strategy we use. You identify the supply region, okay, that broke a level, and you see this level, this low, okay, was broken by this area, this supply region, right? So this is the low, this is the supply region that broke this low. But when it broke this low, price didn't retrace back into it. So as price was retracing, I just knew that price was probably going to this supply region. Okay, so you see what I did when I woke up, I knew that price was going up, so I'd wanted to long the market. And talking about longing the market, I wanted to just take these small trades, and let me show you. So these are inner structures. So higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So when price got here and then it broke this higher high, I knew it was coming back here. So let me show you what I did. But then I missed out on a trade because I was planning to trade it on the 1 minute time frame. So what I did was I marked out this area, okay, on the 15 minutes time frame, and I knew price after breaking this high was going to retrace. Okay, so I marked out this area on the 15 minutes time frame, and I went to the 5 minutes time frame, and then I traced the area on the 5 minutes time frame. So on the 5 minutes time frame, I realized that it was down to this last candle, so I marked it out. And then I went to the 3 minutes time frame, and then on the 3 minutes time frame, you can use this strategy, and then you see on the 3 minutes time frame, I also traced it to this last candle. Okay, so I traced it to this last candle on the 3 minutes time frame, and then went back on the 1 minute time frame, and then traced it to a tiny I tell you, bro, this strategy. So went on the 1 minute time frame, and I traced it to this single tiny candle. So I was waiting on the 1 minute time frame. I was actually waiting on my phone on the 1 minute time frame, and I knew the price was going to react. But you see, normally if price is coming to an area and then it comes with a big momentum like this, you expect that price will bounce off the area at least twice. So that's what I was waiting for. So I knew price was going to react here on the 1 minute time frame. I knew this was the point. And listen, if I took the trade here, okay, the stop loss was going to be here. Listen, if I took the trade here, right, and then the stop loss, because I've traced it from the 15 minutes to the 1 minute to the single candle. So if I took the trade here, I knew that the stop loss was going to be here. And that's more like close to risk to reward is like 1 to 6. So if I was risking $100 on this trade, I was straight ahead going to make $600 just from this single trade. But I was waiting for a double bounce. Why? Because this sell momentum was strong. And whenever you are trading and the sell momentum is this strong, normally price bounces off the region at least twice. So I was waiting for a second rebound, and guess what happened? The second rebound didn't come. Price just went up and then broke the level. I was like, oh God, I missed out on this trade. But then again, once I know the strategy works very well, I'll not be concerned if I missed out on a trade. So, I mean, hours, I went, did all I had to do, because I knew that price was retracing and coming to this area, and then it will come back down. I wasn't really worried, right? So, I've been waiting. I think after 3 or 4 hours, after missing out on this trade, 3 or 4 hours, I did all I had to do, and then later came on the market and saw that the price had rejected here. So I saw this candle, and I saw that price had rejected here, and I was waiting for price to reject there, and indeed price rejected there. So I went to the 5 minutes time frame. So as I went to the 5 minutes time frame, I saw, and if you watch my videos, I tell you that, listen, if you trade especially Bitcoin, I don't know how else to explain, but it's as simple as that. If you trade Bitcoin and you see a pattern like this, you know that price is about to fall. A lot of the trades or some of the videos I have done, I've talked about it. Whenever price gets to a region like this, a supply region, and then it forms head and shoulder, head and shoulder, you know that price is about to fall. So immediately I went on the 5 minutes time frame, and I knew, or I saw, that price was forming some head and shoulder. You see this? The candles over here were not printed. These ones were not printed yet. So I knew that price was sort of trying to form head and shoulder, right? So all I did was mark out this level, okay, because this is pure market structure: higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Price has printed another higher high. Now, for price to continuously be in an uptrend, it needs to print another high higher than this. But if price breaks beneath this low, it simply tells you price wants to come back down, and that is pure market structure. So I just marked out this area, and then immediately, so you can see here, immediately I saw this candle, this bearish candle, print beneath this area. I just took my trade, and I set a stop loss on the head. And then this trade didn't even last for 1 hour. The momentum just came through and then just pushed price down, and it was a cool 1 to 2 risk to reward. So I mean, I'm done for the day. Price, it looks like price still wants to, the momentum, the selling momentum is crazy. Price is still selling. I don't know where price wants to get to, but it is still selling. I know what I'm going to do. You know how I take my trade. I'm just going to wait for, as price is selling, I'll just be waiting for supply regions and then wait for price to, this has actually broken the structures, right? So this has broken the structure. So this area is a supply region. This area is a supply region. Okay, so I'll be waiting for price to retrace here. But I have a feeling maybe price might not retrace there. I don't know. I have a feeling maybe price might, I don't know. This is the market. Anything can happen. But because this low has been broken here, I'll be expecting price to retrace to this area. And then when it gets there, we'll keep on shorting the market. So I don't know what's happening to Bitcoin. Actually, Bitcoin is just going. I don't know. Probably maybe the bull season is over. I don't know, but Bitcoin is just going down, right? So I hope you understand. Now, for anyone who does not understand, let me just explain my strategy in the simplest form. My strategy is purely market structure and then price action. So there is a way the market moves, be it Bitcoin, any currency, stock. Once it can be traded, it moves in a certain way, and the way it moves is higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. If the market is going up, this is how it moves, right? If the market is in a downtrend, this is how it moves: lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, right? That's if the market is in a downtrend. Okay. What's this? So if the market is in a downtrend, this is how it moves. Now, in an uptrend, higher high, higher low, okay, and then the price comes up and breaks this level, we call this a break of structure. And that's the same thing here. So you see here, the market was in an uptrend, went high, printed this low, and then went another high to break this high. So this is what you call break of structure. Basically, that is the structure of the market. So once you understand the structure of the market, you can trade anything, be it gold, be it silver, anything that is tradable, stocks, whatever, you can trade, because you know how the structure, the market moves. You know the structure of the market. Now, my strategy is that whenever there is a break of structure, okay, there is always an area right here that caused this structure to break. So the area here that caused the structure to break, okay, let's say 80% of the time, you are going to identify what you call a demand area over there. And that demand area is more like a magnet for price. Price will continuously come back there. So once price comes back there, and then it gives a reversal candlestick or a reversal pattern, you know that's price action. It gives a reversal pattern. You know that price wants to go back up. So all you have to do is once price gets to this high and comes back here, okay, and prints this high and it's coming back, you identify the area and then you just take your trade, right? So it's as simple as that. So it's like this: when price got here and then came back down here, right, came back down here, you see this low. This is what you can call this a demand. You can name it a mini demand or whatever. But when we say a demand area, it is the last bearish. So you see this one, price is going up. Price is in an uptrend. So the last bearish candlestick that closed before you had bullish candlesticks, that is what you call a demand area. And what happened? Indeed, when price went up and then printed this demand area, when price was going, it came back to tap into the demand area. So this tapped into, this also tapped into the demand area, and then it went up again to break this level. So I'm not saying price is always going to retrace into your demand area, okay? I'm not saying it's going to always retrace, but 80% of the time. And you know, in order for you to be a profitable trader, you just need to get 40% right. If you are able to take every single trade and your risk to reward is 1 to 2, all you need is to win 40% trades. You'll be a profitable trader, right? So if you have a strategy that works about 80% of the time, then guess what? You'll be a good trader. So basically, that is my strategy. So you see, that's the same strategy over here. On the last scale, price printed this low, came back here and came here to print this low, right? So right here, okay, right here, there is a supply area that caused the break of this low. And guess what? Price indeed retraced into that supply area, and that is how I took this my trade. Very simple. And price is still coming down. So right here, you are seeing that price has broken this level. So the supply area that I am expecting price to retrace to next is this level. Why? Because it was the last bullish candlestick that closed before price decided to break this low. So all you need is know the trend, and then you'll be able to take very good trades. So let me know your thoughts in the comment box. Thank you.